What's up, YouTube? This is Sir Hunt's Reviews, and in this video I'm going to be giving my thoughts on that behind the scenes White Walker battle trailer. And also, I found a Reddit post of this guy claiming, you know what? Just watch and see. Okay, so in that little behind the scenes video, it's basically a special effects dude is getting interviewed, and he's telling about his daily life on the set of Game of Thrones and how much passion he has behind what he does, and how basically awesome and lifelike the characters that he makes are on Game of Thrones. Most of y'all were probably like me and just paying attention to the backgrounds when they showed clips that we knew were not from last season or from this season. And I did notice a few things. Before I go into that, though, I want you guys to go check out my homeboy over in the UK, Ricey. Go check out his video. I'll put a link down in the description. Okay, so if you notice in the background, there are some weirwood roots. At least to me, that's what I see. I see like a root system basically, and I definitely thought back to season 4. Bran, Bloodraven, Cave, Mira, Hodor, Green Seer action. What that could mean is that basically Bran could just be having a vision, and maybe the visions get intense or something, maybe when the White Walkers are getting close and he envisions them inside the cave, or maybe they're actually in the cave. One thing I did question though was that I know there's some kind of spell protecting the cave. Obviously it blew up the whites that were chasing them into the cave when Bran first arrived there. Maybe it doesn't work on White Walkers, or the whites. Maybe it doesn't work on them. Like maybe they're just too strong for it. I don't know. Or what could potentially break the magic on that? Maybe Bran and company left because they knew the White Walkers were close. He's definitely a green seer. He could have some kind of extrasensory perception. There was a few other things that I could point out, but like I said, go check out my boy Ricey's video. Next up is that secret thing I was telling you about from the beginning. I think my specialty is finding subreddit posts when it comes to Game of Thrones information, and I found a fucking dude claiming to have worked as an extra during the Battle of the fucking Six Armies. This dude answers a shit ton of questions, so I'm gonna go ahead and say a huge spoiler warning. Of course, you could choose not to believe him and watch it anyway, but just go ahead and throw this up there. Spoiler warning. Click out of this video right now if you don't want to know anything about Season 6 of Game of Thrones. That could, at this point in time, it's pretty much confirmed. But yeah, go ahead and click away. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to read a few questions that were asked by other Redditors who wanted to know about the Battle of the Six Armies, and he pretty much answers them in pretty believable detail from what we know from known fucking spoilers. Alright, so here we go. The first question was, who did you fight for during the battle? And he answered it was, he fought for the Starks, but during fill-in shots, he was playing Bolton. So the second question was probably asked by some huge Jon Snow fangirl, and it was like, did you get to see him? And he didn't say him. Instead he said, or he didn't say Jon Snow. Instead he said him, the person who was asking the guy the question, and he responded with, yes, he did see him. He spent a lot of time right next to him. And then the extra went on to say that the actor Kit Harington is an asshole. And his reasoning for calling Kit Harington as an asshole is because Kit Harington is a known smoker of cigarettes, and apparently somebody lit Kit Harington's cigarette for him, so that's why that guy said he's an asshole. Hey, can you light this for me, yeah? I know you probably think I'm the world's biggest asshole, yeah? I don't give a fuck. I'm Jon fucking Snow, and winter's coming. The guy who answered all these questions, the extra. And then there was like 50 fucking comments about how you can't say Kit Harington is an asshole just because he has somebody light a cigarette. And then another extra started responding on the Reddit post and was like, yo, Reddit goes fucking crazy. You can believe it or not. It's up to you. And then the third question, which was pretty interesting to me, that was asked of him was that who the fuck is burning on the crosses? And he didn't directly answer it, but he kind of pussyfooted around the answer, basically saying, if you look at Ramsay in season 5, you'll be able to determine who the fuck those people are on the crosses. So a little bit of speculation here. Fat Walda and Roose fucking Bolton. Another person went on to ask, were there any wolves involved? And he responds with saying, there was a CGI team on the battlefield, but he didn't hear anything about wolves. So Ghost may not be a part of the battle, but Shaggy Dog might. Nymeria, perhaps. I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. I scrolled down to the end of that Reddit feed, and it is his name and his account has such been deleted. They started going into about how he had signed all these fucking contracts, and I'm gonna go ahead and read the rest of the questions that were answered, but I'm just letting y'all know right now, so this adds a little bit more credibility to it. His shit was just straight up taken off. Like, HBO doesn't fucking play. I'm sure they've got a team full of fucking lawyers, bro. All the other dudes that claim to have worked posted pictures of their shit they got from set. They got like a dragon unit, which is the CGI team that films all the dragon scenes. They got like a White Walker unit. These guys are certified extras. They started nailing this motherfucker like hardcore. Like, bro, why are you doing this right now? He deleted his shit, back down. But yeah, I'll continue. Another question that was asked was, is 1-1 the Giant gonna be there in the battle? And the extra went on to say, yes, he is. He just gets a sore eye from trying to run down some motherfucking Boltons. So basically, he probably gets his eye, like maybe, I don't know, an arrow shot in it or some shit, probably. One dude asked, there's a frame in the trailer that we can supposedly see Kit Harington. Is that him? The extra responded with, horses are in the battle and they go neigh. Sarcastically, meaning, yes, it was him. A commenter proposed a theory that basically the battle starts off with Ramsay Bolton giving a speech, rallying his troops, then Jon giving a speech, rallying his troops, and then they just head for it. And then he confirmed it by saying, yes, but you kind of missed a whole bunch of details. And he didn't actually list those details before he deleted his account. So, in other Game of Thrones news, Macy Williams actually tweeted on Instagram. She posted a picture on her Instagram, which was a picture of her face from the Hall of Face teaser. And it's her quote that Melisandre says to her when they meet in season 3. The fuck does that mean, Maisie? You trying to drop some hints like to everybody who's wondering about Jon Snow? Well, we all know Melisandre does not meet Thoros of Myr and Beric Dondarrion in the books, but they did so in the show for one reason and one fucking reason only. And you know what that reason is, everybody? 30 seconds of air. You know what that reason is, everybody? She's gonna sell them a fucking potato farm and they're gonna rule the world. Selling potatoes and dragons and potatoes. I did think of one more thing while I was just sitting here from earlier, relating back to what I was saying about the White Walkers making their way into Bloodraven's cave, and that is, what if Bloodraven's actually dead, and the magic that was protecting the cave from anybody other than who he wanted to enter, basically no White Walkers, is basically null and void because he's dead? What if he somehow, like, does something for the greater good, like maybe he basically gives his magic to Bran, and in doing so, to make Bran stronger, and in doing so, that kills him. So he basically self-sacrificed, like, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so yeah, me and Kitty want to tell y'all peace out, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already done so, click like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, friend me on Facebook, and thanks again for watching. Okay, so stay tuned for, at the end of this video, after my credits roll, there will be that promised outtakes video. There wasn't enough for me to give it its own video, so I thought I'd add it on to the end of this one. Make sure you stay tuned after that Sir Hunt's Reviews roll call rolls up, and then you can check that shit out. Thanks again, buddies. And gals. And aliens, if you're out there. This is Sir Hunt's Reviews, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about some Game of Thrones shit. Check this out. One more? Alright, here we go. I'm sick with the flips, brah. Enjoy. What's up, YouTube? This is Sir Hunt's Reviews, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about some gangsta-ass Game of Thrones shit. Check this out.
Oh, I didn't know you were going to do that. I stopped it.
Really?
No, it's still recording.
Winter is coming, but we've got fire and blood. The long nights is coming. we've got dragons.